There's been this weird trend of taking American household items and centering a film around them. Air, Blackberry, Tetris, and the Beanie Bubble, just to name a few. But now we have food items coming into play, such as Flamin' Hot and now Unfrosted. It's the latter movie that had me wondering, what the did I just watch? Unfrosted tells the story of how Pop Tarts became a mainstay American breakfast food. Bob, played by Jerry Seinfeld, is a magic maker at Kellogg's cereal, helping the company to rise to great heights. Bob and his boss, Edsel Kellogg's III, get word that Post has stolen their ideas for a portable mini pastry that could make cereal obsolete. The world building is really where this movie struggles. Seinfeld takes real products, real people, in a highly detailed, period accurate time, yet amp things up to near cartoon level zany. So, this isn't a straightforward biopic. Similar to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, it takes real life events, but takes a sort of alternate history spin on things. The race to the grocery store shelves and the 60s space race is very much played up here, and this might be the strongest thread the movie has. Though this does become tedious with some corny sketches that seemingly were designed in a laboratory to induce maximum cringe. Unfrosted feels like an attempt at satire of American culture, advertising, and consumption, but also worships to the temple of never let the truth get in the way of a good story. And truth be told, I think having this as an alternate reality film isn't inherently an issue. The issue is that Seinfeld, in his directorial debut, doesn't really know what exactly he wants to say about this film. There is this weird push and pull between this being both a celebration of and a condemnation of Americans' consumption and lust for power. Moreover, this movie severely lacks focus. Sure, there's an overall through line, yet the movie feels like a series of wacky SNL sketches, including some actual SNL members, that is haphazardly stitched together. Subplots like the sugar cartel and a mob like milk syndicate feel like fun ideas on paper, but only muddy the waters of an already unfocused outing. It also weirdly breaks the alternate reality format by inserting some real information about Marjorie Post. This only made me yearn for a documentary instead of this madcap mess. This movie is also pretty weird in terms of its tone. Unfrosted is clearly intended to be a colorful and even whimsical look at Pop Tarts and, on the whole, Post and Kellogg's, and how they are American staples. Yet, this also is not handled well when you have Nazi jokes and a finale that is pretty much a one-to-one of January 6th. Oh, and there's a monster hybrid Pop-Tart subplot that is admittedly funny, but also very out of place. As for the comedy itself, well, it's more hit than miss. However, credit where it's due, there were some really funny jokes, which did help retain my attention. However, you do have to wade through a lot of B material to get to the gems. It's safe to say that the comedy, like everything else in this movie, is wildly uneven. This is a shame because this movie is packed with a dazzling list of comedians and actors. Bill Burr, in particular, as Kennedy, is a stroke of genius.
Are you making any progress?
It's not to scale, but...
What are you guys, 5 years old? Little John draws better than that, and I think there's something wrong with him.
Seinfeld's acting is bad. There's no mincing words. And him being paired with some heavy hitters only serves to highlight this fact. Unfrosted had the chance to be a crisp and tasty satire on the landscape of American consumerism. Yet, the world building is all over the place, and the film is overall very unfocused. The end result is a colorful, soggy mess. But now I want to know what y'all think of this movie. Was I being too harsh? Was I not harsh enough? Please weigh in the comments, and I will see y'all in the next video.
Finding out they were ill-suited to handle a rebellious teen ravioli.
Eric! I told you to put the pool cover back on! You hear the way your son talks to me.
Oh, when he talks back, he's a my son!
Oh, you want to have this fight again, huh?